commissioners, we need to start at this particular point. Does the commission believe and acknowledge that I'm an agent?
This lucky bugger, Brown Mogotsi, is lucky I'm not in charge, because if that were the case, I'd have locked him up in the same cage as Cat and left them to iron out the details. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Mzansi Critique. If you enjoy the watch, remember to hit that like and subscribe button. Let's get to the business of the day.
You regard Mogotsi and Cele as extortionists?
I will say I will regard Brown Mogotsi as a con artist, and Cele, yes, I will say he's an extortionist.
Mogotsi is what?
A con artist.
Or a con artist?
One of the instructions from the handler was that both the handler and the coil, the handlers, Ket Matlala must never meet with Senzo Mkunu. My responsibility would rather be to manage him or to say things that I know would never materialize. But it was a clear instruction that they should never meet.
How on earth did this chap manage to fool the likes of murderous clients like Ket Matlala? The one thing that remains true, a con artist once exposed is no longer an artist, he's just a con, and it has become apparent that he's not even a smart one. This seems to be the case for not-so-funny man Brown Mogotsi, the so-called businessman, mastermind, secret agent, political fixer and money man for the ANC. Truly, a man of many titles. After another bail application dismissal, Mr. Brown will remain safely behind bars following a number of questionable blunders that led him to remain behind bars unnecessarily. Because unfortunately for him, sometimes you become too clever for your own good, and your co-conspirators are none the wiser to assist you in your flawed logic. Let's begin with why Brown is behind bars in the first place. This chap and his advisors decided just before he headed to the Madlanga Commission that it was a good idea to stage his own assassination attempt, in my analysis, to gather sympathy for the pile of litigation stacked against him that he needed to answer to at the Madlanga Commission. Little did he know that that very same stunt would expedite his arrival behind bars. He currently faces charges for perjury, defeating or obstructing the ends of justice, unlawful possession of a firearm, and discharging of the same firearm. Although these charges sound very serious, in South African law, someone facing similar charges would have, under normal circumstances, been given bail, since these are not Schedule 6 crimes, which stands for the most serious category of offenses, where bail would only be granted under the most scrutinized and technical conditions. But lest we forget, we are dealing with super smart 007, mastermind of no credibility, Mr. Brown Mogotsi himself, who decided it was in his own best interest to lie to the courts, send his wife to go bully neighbors into signing a false affidavit confession that he's a permanent neighbor resident in an area where he is not known, and similar funny behaviors like this, where the judge made a ruling that this individual lacks credibility and integrity. And this was the basis of the refusal of bail for the first application, where he then filed for a second without any alteration to the errors of the first application. I think we are all familiar with the term madness is doing the same thing expecting different results. Brown clearly didn't know this because he filed the same arguments for the second bail application. I'll let you guess what happened. Remember, everything said in this video is alleged and waiting the outcomes of the courts. And now, it has also come to light that the firearms he borrowed from his criminal friends used to stage the fake assassination had actually been complicit in engaging in other ongoing criminal investigations. The noose seems to be tightening around Mr. Mogotsi, and he seems to be the one pulling the rope tighter. This was another primetime vid drop. If you enjoyed this video, remember to like and subscribe. See you on the next one. Mizansi Critique signing out.
Thank you.
Utlwile bathong. Oh, ditlhako di botlhoko.